Okay, this session we're going to do a nice old wood table radio. It's beat up and worn, but it's intact. There's nothing smashed or broken on it. And it is a, okay, it is a Silvertone. All right. Okay, I don't have a schematic of it. I'll have to look it up on the computer. It's no trouble. All right, let's just go ahead and we'll open it and look at it and see what has to be done. Plugs. Okay, it's had a new potentiometer put in it. Somebody's worked on this thing before. It's got a separate choke in there for the power supply filter. Oh no it don't. It has a separate one now, but that was put in there by somebody else. Cat. We've got a schematic on the bottom. Okay. Speaker's got a split over there, but it'll be okay. Okay, he's replaced the dial cord, so that's okay. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and clean everything up. No pilot light. That's interesting. Ooh. It's got a 3-section tuning condenser. Okay, let's get the cover off of it. I can scan that on the computer. If I don't find it in the writers, I can scan this and blow it up and make a good copy. Oh. He replaced 2 capacitors. 3, there's another good one down below. Okay, the cord is nice and flexible and in good shape, so we don't need to mess with it. I can see one right here that definitely needs to be checked for sure. Maybe he checked it and found that it was megohms. Okay. All right, we set our Dealy meter to times 100K and way over 20 megs. Okay. We might not have to do any work to this thing. Let's go ahead, just for the hell of it, I'm going to plug it in and see if there's any chance that it works. It may only take cosmetic work to get this thing fixed. It may be in working order. What does the dial light do? Well, the dial light is hooked in parallel with the power line, so it's not a series bulb like get a lot of them. 125 volts. All right, that lights. 32 watts. All right. I'm watching the watt meter over here. I've got on my bench power supply, I have a watt meter. If it starts pulling a lot of watts, I'll shut the power off. Okay, 32 watt. There we go.
Right now, call 972 Patriot, patriotmobile.com/Hawker. That's 972-728.
Okay.
Llamando al 832-328-3077, 832-328-3077, 32. Estación oficial de la familia, desde el centro de tráfico.
There we go. There's something that's not, something's not touching very good. Okay. All right. All right. Fuck. All right. I'll have to go up in the attic and find another speaker. This one here is, the paper is just, it's like potato chips. Mark. I didn't find where the tubes go, but if I mark them, it'll be better. Okay. All right. This particular speaker is fairly common. This particular mounting is not common. So we'll have to drill those out and save that little bracket and fasten it onto the new speaker. Okay, I need to find a nice little speaker in the speaker collection in the attic. All right, people wonder what I do when I need parts, and we go up in the attic here and look in the parts area. And here is where we have our speaker box, which we have. Ooh. This might do exactly what we need. Okay. This one here will do. 8 ohms, 5 watts. It's in good shape. Okay? Aw. She's down asleep. She's sound asleep. Look at that little kitty. Oh, she's peeking. She's peeking. What we're going to do with this speaker, what I'm going to do is take the old speaker, remove the guts from it, and I'm going to mount this one inside. That way I'll be able to use the mountings, the existing mountings. Okay, that'll be the plan. All right. Now, first we're going to remove all the guts. We're going to mount, we want this frame with this mounting, but we want this speaker stuck in there. It's a little bit smaller speaker, but hey, it's just a table radio, not a hi-fi. Okay, now we're going to have to get rid of the internals, all right? Okay. We'll go ahead and take a drill and we'll drill the welds out. That'll get rid of this altogether. We don't really need to save the outer frame because we're going to have to mount this inside this bracket. All right, got rid of that. All right, let's go with this. It broke. We need this off of there. So we have these welds right here that have to be drilled out. Okay? All right. All right, let me get a big screwdriver and we'll see what happens. That's not doing what I thought. I thought when we drilled those welds, this would be just kind of stuck on there. But it looks like it's hellaciously stuck on there. All right, let's see what happens if I cut. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is the part we need right here for mounting the other speaker. Okay, let's go. Now, that's going to be like that, and this has to go like that. But it has to be back . So we've got to cut that off right on that line, on both sides, of course. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Go here. Alright, that piece is not needed. Okay, now I got to get this other one. A nasty one to hold. Now if I drill these welds out here, that'll come off of there, and then we'll have to drill it and screw it back on. All right, let's do that. All right. all this trouble for a radio that's worth about $50. Oh, well. Oh well. Okay. Yes, it is. All right. Now. Okay, that's okay. Now, this will be easy to cut off now. And this is a little bit bent up, but it can be flattened out. Okay. See, and we'll just drill a couple holes in here and tap them. We'll put screws in there to hold it on there. That's good enough. All right, now I've got a mark. That's going to be right there. All right. Occurred to me I could just fire up the welder and weld the damn thing on there, but all right. Now that taps the holes out. Okay, there may be more stuff that has to be done to this. Probably. I was putting it on there backwards. That is just gorgeous. Well, that's interesting. Okay, this one doesn't stick back as far as the other ones, so we need a piece of 1/2-inch wood here. Piece of 1/2-inch wood. Okay. Okay. Okie doke. All right, that's going to do. Okay, we'll stick that in there and stick the speaker onto it, and that's going to be the speaker taken care of. We still got that transformer and stuff to mount. Okay, that look right. All right, now we got to let that sit and harden for an hour, and we'll be ready to see what the hell we got to do to mount the rest of this stuff. Oh, look at that. That is on there, okay? All right, what is next? Okay, that fits in there perfectly. I would stick a screw in it just to hold it temporarily. Okay, here's the problem. Boy. Drill. Okay, then we mark it and we drill into there. And the screw will go in there to hold it. We still got something wrong with this radio. You know, that thing, one little big jiggle in it. Tell you, there's another way of doing this. I think a crisscross like that will do it. Let's see. Okie dokie. Now, is that the right size? It is the right size. Okay, now, got to get down through there. And oh. Very good, very good. All right, I'll do. Oop, careful. Same thing again. Okay, now I need a tap drill for that. That's good to get those little things. Oh, good to get that in the speaker. Ugh. Magnetism. All right. Okie dokie. In there? I think I can. All right. Okay. Won't fit. All right. Let's just. That's good. Okay. See there? All right. That takes care of the speaker. Okay. Now we gotta take these two wires, solder them. Okay. All right, that gets us a decent speaker. Crappy damn socket. I don't know what this is. Now, something about Loctite tubes. The paint of the numbers on a Loctite tube is water soluble. Get on a regular tube like this, a regular old glass tube, and this is actually etched into the glass. Won't wipe off. But these Loctite tubes, if you have a wet rag and are going to go ahead and wipe your tubes off, you'll wipe those numbers right off of there. So you want to use something that's not water soluble when you do it. This is cleaning fluid. Okay, and it looks like a 14 A7. Okay, let me look on here. I might be able to see it. 14R7. Okay. Okay. Now, what I have to do is I got to glue that back in there. Let me get some. Okay. Glue on here. Okay. Now, that is not going to stick to that, so I'm going to have to roughen it up. All right. Look. So I'm being careful not to get it into the holes. Okay. Ooh, that's good. Oh, oh. No. A little piece of tape. Okay. It has no tendency to harden quickly. Sometimes super glue takes hours to harden. Sometimes it'll harden instantly. Sometimes it takes hours. This is one of the cases where it'll take hours. It'll be probably the middle of the night before that hardens up properly. So we're just going to tape it down, and that's that. Okay, next one. Okay, this is going to be 12SA7. I'm going to wash those tubes. Okay, and this one is K7 again. Another K7. Okey-doke. Alrighty. Okay. This one we don't get up there where the number is, even though we've got it written on there. I'm not going to wipe on there because it's going to wipe the number that's there. We'll just leave it there. Metal tubes are okay. They're painted on firmly. All right, next I'm going to wipe Okay, I'm going to let that sit and dry. Now, while that's happening, I've got a capacitor here. It's got wax leaking out of it. Okay, I'm going to take that loose. It ain't gonna come loose. Sometimes you can get them loose, and other times they're wrapped around there, and we have to cut them out. Okay. Now, I'll show this to people. Okay. I'll show you why one of these nice 630 meters is better than your digital meters. We're on the R times 100,000. Now, look, Okay, here is a 22 meg ohm. We're reading the 200 on there times 10,000 is 20 meg ohms. Okay, so we're seeing that. Now, we would not get a reading on the digital meter. If you use one of those little 3.5 digital meters and you had it on the high scale, it would read just blink, 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 blink like an open circuit. But what we want, when we measure a capacitor, I'm going to measure that capacitor now. Okay, it's reading about 2.2 megs, so it's junk. Okay, if it's lasted all this time and it's still over 20 megs, it'll last until I'm dead. After that, I don't care. Okay, now I got another one right here. Okay, I'm gonna cut that one. Okay. And we'll see what it reads. Okay, this was read 800. Look at that. See, that's not even a meg ohm. That's less than 1 meg ohm. That is a bad capacitor. Okay, that's going to be the first one that we replace, and it is a 05, I'll bet. 05. Okay. All right, we're going to use a couple of these. These aren't junk. These are darn good capacitors. I don't have any junky ones. They're all good. Somewhere I've got some orange drop capacitors, but I saved those because some people like the orange drop capacitors. Okay. So the first one has to go there. All right. Another one. Okay, let me get rid of this one. Now, a lot of the times, you'll have bad capacitors like that leak. They don't kill the radio. The radio still plays. But what you'll find a lot of times is it'll have poor sensitivity, or it'll have scratchy noises in it. Poor sensitivity is one of the most common things when you've got capacitors that leak. So, okay, we got another one right here. Okay, it's a bypass. All right, let's cut it off and see. Is that one I already measured? Yeah, that's okay. All right. Now, that one's been replaced. That one down there has been replaced. Our filter capacitor's okay. Now, this one. Okay. Got a lot of peanut brittle wire. Got to get that separated out. You don't want that touching. See, that can be, remember we were having it, when we were turning it on, that can come from that wire touching, the broken insulation. If you're really doing the radio correctly, you'll pull all that wire out of there and rewire the radio. But for a radio that's only worth $50, how much are you going to do for a $10 profit? Oh, that was just perfect. Okay. All right, that takes care of the cap job. It'd be nice to have good glue on there to keep it, because if that top of that cap comes loose, the pins pull up, and the only thing that keeps them pulling out is the soldered wires and stuff underneath. So having that top glued on there good is going to keep that from happening. There's my kitty. She just ran through. All right, here's the box. Now, what we have to do, we got to redo this front dial. The plastic is completely screwed. We'll have to do that over. The grill cloth looks like hell, so we'll do that over. Okay, first thing we have to do is get this internal out of here. All right, the scribe will do it. Get down in there. Holy shit. Whew. Somebody rammed them down on there. Having fun. That ain't gonna do. I may have to cut them out of there. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go down in there and cut those little suckers off. All right, now, okay, where's it? All right. Man, see the damn things. They're just these little slip-on clips that you know, they go on there and they can't come off. They go on and they can't come off. They're put on there for production convenience only and no consideration for anybody later on that has to do anything. So we're just getting rid of them all together. Hey, crap! It's just absolutely. There's, it's a very handy little thing for production, but boy, you can zip them on there just in a few seconds for a whole radio worth in production, but boy, if you have to get them off, you're going through hell. Let's go down here. Oh, doke. One is broken off, but it doesn't matter. We'll epoxy the damn thing on. Okay, and then we'll make a new piece of plastic for it. Okay, that gets that. Now, for the speaker thing, we just take a knife and pry the staples. They just stapled them. Okay, that is fairly easy to get out. Okay, that gets our, there's another one in there. Yep. Ew. There we go. Now, we save that, and we take the new piece of grill cloth and we go right over it, and that'll hold it in position. Okay, we don't want to ruin that. All right, that gets us an empty cabinet. Now, we have one little place where we got a problem, and that is right here. This bottom board is a little loose. So we're going to go ahead and slop glue on that and glue it. Okay? That's going to do it. All right. Put that there. Let me get some lead to hold that down. Okie doke. Big old block of lead. And we put that on there. And that'll hold it down while it hardens. Okay, now I got one little piece of steel wool. I have to go and get another package or two of steel wool. Okay. See, this whole thing has got to be polished up. I think I'm going to take it and sandblast it. I'm going to take it out and sandblast it, and then that'll do it. Okay, now we'll have to make a new one of these out of clean plastic. This one's too small, we can't save it, so we need to make a new one. It's no big deal. Okay, now I got to take this out and sandblast it. Okay, and then we'll paint it, and that'll be beautiful. Okay, looks all good. Okay, now the cabinet is not in bad condition, so I'm just going to, the top is the worst. The sides are okay. I just have to just lightly sand the sides, but the top has to be heavily sanded. I'm going to use this, this is 100. That feels good. That looks good. Okay. That's going to do it. See, we're not stripping it down. We're just going to go ahead and sort of liquefy the existing coating and leave it on there. This side is almost perfect. All right. Good. That glue has not had enough time to harden, so we'll work on something else. Okay, let's get, okay. Oh no. Dummy. Ah. God. Oh, hell. Well, we'll have to clean it off. Hell. Okay, that looks gorgeous. Now, I'm going to put that out in the sun and let it harden. Okay. Okay. Now, this glue has hardened. The bottom is now glued in good. All right, what I have to do is get some lacquer thinner, and we're going to completely wash the outside of the radio. Okay, this paint thinner is not going to do. I got to get rid of this paint thinner. Okay, now. This will liquidate the top surface and it'll get the dust out of here. Yeah. Right. All right, we're going to stain it. I think I'm going to use special walnut for the overall, and then we're going to darken the edges with a dark color. Okay. That don't look good. The edge we're going to do with some really dark. Stuff is a little thick. A little thinner in there. Stick. That'll do. Okay. Okay, we've got to let that go ahead and dry, and then we spray it with clear lacquer, and we've got it. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, all right, this has been sitting overnight, and it is completely dry and ready to spray with the lacquer. So we'll go ahead and get that done. Okay, now we'll go ahead, spray this with urethane. Go. Now, we take that and put it out in the sun to dry. Okay. Okay, we got good hot glue. Now, I'm going to make sure that's ready to go. Okay. Okay, get it in there. Now, it's moving. Okay, good. All right, that takes care of the cabinet. All right, now we go in and do the chassis. Put the chassis back in, and we'll have it. And we got to get this stupid thing taken care of. All right, now today we'll do electronics and the cabinet. Okay. Exactly great. The holes. It's just a thin little layer. It didn't really get down into the holes. It's just over the top, like a sheet of paper over the top. The main thing is the top of the damn socket's not going to come popping off of there. Okay. All right, now. All right, next thing that we have to do is I've got to get the plastic disc put in there. Okay. Okay. I guess we'll go ahead and use plastic glue. Okay. Get my hand up in here, and we're going to drop that down in there. Ooh. Whew. I sure hope we can use solvent to liquidate that glue. have to get. We've got the glue on there. I'm going to get that off of there. Hopefully. Okay, acetone works. It liquidates the glue, but it does not touch the plexiglass. Okay, next thing we got to do is I've got to put the bottom on the chassis. Okay, got our light bulb there. That should go. Alrighty. Oh, that doesn't look bad at all. Here. Okie doke. Right. Okay. Okay, this is supposed to be the tone. And this one here is for the tuning. Okay. Some kind of cat action. Let me go see what the cats are doing. Well, I don't know what was going on out there. Alrighty. Okie doke, that gets that completely done. All right, let's shoot the juice to it. Make sure it still plays. Alrighty, power on. Doesn't it look nice? Turned out really nice.
Aceite Valente, una vacuna de Pfizer que puede ayudar a proteger contra la neumonía neumocócica con una sola dosis. Prende.
We're trying to pack two pieces of...
All right, that's it. Doesn't that look nice? From compared to what it was when we first got it. Whew. Okie doke, that's it.